Hey guys, and welcome to Stellaris version 3.0.1 with me, Time and Tactics. This was released just a few days ago, together with the latest DLC, Nemesis, over here. With Nemesis, we can become the Crisis, unlocking powerful bonuses as our empire becomes more and more menacing, threatening the galaxy's very existence. Or we can campaign for the galactic community to elect us as a custodian, granting us emergency powers with which to combat the crisis. There's also an espionage set of tools in Nemesis. We'll see what that's all about. Now, the free update, the 3.0 update, also includes a ton of new things. And I haven't actually played this, played Stellaris since, I don't think I played with the newer Federation rules as well. So it's going to be quite a few things for me here. So I've put together a race here that I think will fit the bill. Meet the Quintai, the mammalians living on the beautiful planet of Velutaria, a tropical world. We're going to be the coalition of Velutaria Prime. Let's take a look at them here. So with the Quintai, you'll find that I'm focusing on the leaders quite a bit. They're going to be enduring, which means we're going to live longer, 20 more years. We're going to be talented, which means our leader level cap will go up by 1, so we'll be able to go to level 6 instead of level 5. We are also quick learners, which means our leader experience gain is increased by 25%. Unfortunately, we are slow breeders, so our pop growth for our race is reduced by 10%. And we have a small modifier in being resilient, so our defense army damage is increased by 50%. Hopefully, we don't have to use that. For our government and ethics, we're going to have a democratic authority. So we have elections every 10 years. And then this year, Empire modifier is an automatic resettlement chance of an increased by 50%. So I think that will help our management of our systems towards the later part of the game, as some of these pops can move on their own and we don't have to worry too much about resettlement. At least that's what I hope. For ethics, we have egalitarian, which means we get a faction influence gain of 25%. Getting more influence is going to be important as we expand into the universe. Our specialists, such as our researchers, their output is increased by 5%, being egalitarian. We can also use utopian living standards. Not sure I'm going to use it, but if you're familiar with that, that basically means everybody will be more happy in return for more consumer goods. Might be important. We're also materialists. So the Quintai are focused on, they are very much into the material world, and they see the benefits of robots. But we're probably not going to go down the synthetic path, but we'll certainly take advantage of the robots that we have. So our upkeep for robots is reduced by 10%, and also our research speed increased by 5. And finally, we are xenophiles. So we do like other races. Maybe we'll try to find a way to protect the galaxy, hopefully. Our trait value is increased by 10%, and we get an extra envoy in our not just communicating with other empires, but also a couple of new things that they threw into the free update in the game. We'll take a look at that as we get into the game. We have 2 civics, meritocracy. That means our leader level cap goes up by 1, so now we're up to level 7 max for our leaders. We also have an increase on our specialist pop resource output by 10%, and that would be our researchers again, for instance. And finally, Velutaria here, the Quintai, is a free haven. So our pop growth from immigration is increased by 15%, and immigration pull is plus 50%. So hopefully we can find other races, and we can persuade them to join us, and maybe create some kind of arrangement where we can have free movements between our people. And I think that's the origin. I did pick the Galactic Doorstep, which means that we have a dormant gateway. Who knows what will happen to that? I've played a little bit of that. I don't know the full extent of it, but things can get dicey with that gateway. All right, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and go to the game details. We're going to be playing on a large galaxy, 800 stars. The shape is going to be spiral with 2 arms. I've set the number of AI empires up pretty high to 18, but I'm keeping the advanced AI starts, the fallen empires, and the marauder empires to their default values of 3, 3, and 2. The tech tradition cost will be the normal. I've moved down the habitable worlds to 0.25, so we're going to have to fight our way to maintain or control planets in the galaxy. There's not going to be that many available. I did move up the primitive civilizations to 2.5. If you leave it at 1, they're very few and far between. There's still not going to be a ton of them, but I think hopefully we can run into 1 or 2 of them potentially. The crisis strength I moved up to, I think I moved it up anyway. I don't think it's 1.5, but it is 1.5 now after I moved it up. Crisis type, we leave it at random. The start years and for the different events, we're leaving the same, the normal. Difficulty is Commodore, which is I think like 3 levels from the max. There's Commodore, and then Admiral, then Grand Admiral. And obviously there are things below that as well. But I think maybe Commodore is the level I need to be on. I'm going to leave scaling difficulty off. That means that the AI will get their bonuses right away. Their aggressiveness will be set to normal, and the placement of the empires will be random. We could have anybody next to us, or nobody, maybe. There won't be any advanced neighbors, though. The 3 that we have set up here, they won't show up right next to our empire. Hyperlane density is normal, but I've moved down the abandoned gateways and wormhole pairs in the galaxy, so it's not going to be as easy to jump to a random place in the universe. We're going to have the guaranteed habitable world set to 2, though, so while we have a good start, every race, every empire will have a good start, finding new planets is going to be more of a challenge. And then finally, Caravaneers, Xenocompatibility, and Iron Man. Oh, well, those 2 are set to on. Xenocompatibility, earlier anyway, if I remember correctly, that used to be recommended to be set to no because it was very much a drained your resources. I think they've improved that now in the game. I think it relates to how you can create new races. So we're going to set that to on and see what happens. I have a pretty good computer, so Iron Man mode set to off just for save reasons. If I have a problem doing this thing on YouTube, means I'm going to have to be able to go back if something happens. However, I'm not save scumming. I'm not reloading if something bad happens. If this ends after 1 episode, it's going to end after 1 episode. And I think that's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and hit play. So I have an Intel i7 10700K CPU, so it should be able to handle it, I think. We'll see. Okay, here is our beautiful Velotaria. We are in a trinary system, it looks like. Where is Velotaria itself? It's over here. The beautiful tropical world spinning in space. All right. Now let's start by taking a look at our government. Who do we have in charge? Baramdan Subir is in charge. She's a Quinti, level 2, out of 7. Okay. Quick learners, that's what we picked, so 25% increase there. Skill level effects, being level 2, means that edict durations go up by 10%. Well, we don't have any edicts right now, I don't think. Monthly unity goes up by 6% too, and that's going to be helpful. Her traits are outpost build cost is in excuse me, is reduced by 15%, and the starbase influence cost is reduced by 15%. That's going to be helpful as we expand initially. She has an architectural sense. Building cost is reduced by 10. District cost reduced by 10. And planetary build speed is increased by 10. Okay, that's good. Let's look at Velotaria itself, our empire capital. As a capital, we do get a few bonuses, as you can see here. Stability, amenities, and governing ethics attraction. Barium here, Barium the Armark, is a level 1. She is 33 years old. Architectural interest. So building cost reduced by 10, district by 10, and planetary build speed is increased by 10. Oh, that's good. We have to keep that in mind. Here we have the districts, and if you're familiar with this, you'll notice this one here. It's new. The industrial district. With it, we turn minerals into consumer goods and minerals into alloys, if we would like. The way it works in the system, or in the game, is that our planetary size is 21. That's how many how many districts we can have. Right now, though, we can only have a maximum of 18. Why only 18? Well, there are 3 features blocking 1, 2, and 3 blocking our district. So it's 18 max. And you can see we have a couple already built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means 18 minus 11, 7 left. Where did those 7 go? Well, for the city districts and the industrial district, you can place those. You can build max. You don't have any limitation in something about the planet that limits you. So that's why we have 7 free slots here and 7 free slots there. For the other 3 generator districts, mining districts, and agriculture districts, they are further limited by what kind of planetary features that are available on the planet. That's why we don't get the full 7 on these. Okay, so now that we have these things here, we have our features here. We're not going to work on them right away. We have 2 building slots. This changed, by the way. It's no longer dependent upon your population. You have to get city districts to enable additional slots here. We'll see what that actually means as we get into the game. But I have 2 slots available, but as we don't have very much many minerals or energy right now, let's go ahead and leave Velutaria for now and look at what kind of ships we have. Well, we have 1 science ship that's sitting here close to our station. Let me go ahead and give some orders to travel outside Velutaria itself. Let's see where we're at in the universe. There's Velutaria, trinary system here. So we have 2 arms here in the spiral galaxy. Okay, we're in the outer arm here. How does it look? The first thing I look for is to see if there is something we need to keep in mind as far as the hyperlanes. Well, it ends here. With a new update, we can see further into space directly from our starbase. We know that there is a tropical world here on G. That's very helpful, actually. It's not a super big planet, and we don't know too much about it. But it would be helpful, I think, to travel there initially. Let's take our scientist here, Galdrigden Badir, who is, what is he all about? Adaptable. Leader experience gain 25%. That's good. That is very good. Any leader you have on a ship that is traveling in space will gain experience faster than the leaders that are just at home doing technology. So we're going to send him over here. I'm going to say survey that system. And since that's going on, we know we have 1 planet we want to colonize there. I'm going to have to keep in mind that we want to get, if we go to our station, we do want to get a colony ship as soon as we can to send it over there, I think. Alright, we also have a construction ship. This construction ship is available in Velutaria itself. We have a little bit we can excavate here. There's some energy, minerals, and some engineering research as well. We can put in some stations around there. Let's locate that available minerals over here in a planet. This one here. Let's go over here. It's a barren world. There's nothing else going on there. Let me take that construction ship and tell it to, for 100 minerals, create a mining station. Okay, now we have given orders to those 2. I think our task force over here, with the 3 corvettes, we're going to let them be around the station of Velutaria Prime. We're defending that. Not very strong. We only have 118 strength. We have to keep an eye on this black crown, this gateway that's in our system. I do know the very beginnings of this, and this megastructure here, specifically this one in our system, might not just be sitting there peacefully. We'll see what happens. Okay. As you can see, we have building slots available. That's what that symbol means, but we're not going to do anything with that just yet, right? So I think I've done everything I want to do here. The one thing remaining is to take a look at our techs. We have physics, society, and engineering. And the one thing I'm thinking I want to have as soon as possible would be robots. Unfortunately, by looking at the engineering tree here, I can see engineering options. We can see we don't have anything that would lead us towards robots. Once we get it, I'll point that out to you. But the ones we have are afterburners, ceramo metal materials, and zero-G refineries. I am tempted to get this one here. Why this one? Well, because it's materials related, and the back rig over here is very good at that. 15% increase. If we take one of these other ones, it's not going to help us as much. However, I also remember that robots is part of the industry path. And if you are researching Well, if Backward was an industry expert, it would be we would have a greater chance of finding out more about an option to get closer to robots. But since he is not, it doesn't really matter. I'm thinking I will go for the ceramic metal armor. Let's do that. So armor will be then improved to level 2 instead of level 1. It's going to be helpful, but yeah. So now he's up to 22% increase there. You can see our base is 19. Why 19? Because here we have 19 in engineering research. And then add on his expertise in materials, 15%. This one there. And then we get a bonus for scientist skills. His level is 1 here. And then finally we have a material specialty for our race that we picked at the beginning of the game. So 22%. All right. Now, we have a biology expert here, Raldrim and Vathrag. Let's see. Now, being a biologist, it would be helpful to get the biodiversity studies going. That would increase our society from researchers by 20%, and those are the ones working on the actual planets. But there's also pop growth speed, 10% for biology. This would be tempting, right? Because we, as Velotarians, as Quintais, we're not very quick to grow. I think I'll go for this instead. And then finally, Galdric and Telnik. He is, well, he can live longer, but he doesn't have a specialty. That's unfortunate. Before I pick something here, let's double check something. If we are to recruit another leader, what options do we have? Well, we have a field manipulator here. Not that old. Might want to go for that. So that the next guy we recruit, he can take the spot of Galdric over here. Improved deflectors is an option in that case. It's pretty expensive. Research speed 5% is also good. Let's maybe start with this. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if you don't pick an option, it's not going to show up the next time. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that option to show up again. But let's go for this. And the next leader we get, let's put him here and have Galdric reassigned to a different task. So right now it's only a 7% modifier. But that will change. Okay, well I think that's about it, right? Let's go ahead and see if we can fire up this game. So I'm playing on normal speed right now. It's the year 2200. It's January 5th. And let's go ahead and go to fast speed. And we should see our scientist be going out to G. And we're also building. Yep, there's our scientist. And as we select him here, we can see what he has to do. He's giving himself 5 orders. Estimated arrival day is going to be 30 days from now. And we also have our construction ship working away here. Excellent. It's going to be done pretty quick. We get that first mining station going. This number is going to be important. Minerals are used for a lot of things in the game.
Construction complete.
There it is. Alright, now we can give him further orders, but I don't actually have 100 minerals, which is required. So let's wait till the end of the month and give him the next order. We're at 96 right now, making 26 per month. There. We'll take the next mining station, which would be the one around this energy deposit. So here's G. The discovery of alien life. The ISS Tyrindon has made a startling find on G1. The planet is teeming with alien life. Exactly. We gained society research 250. That is directly applied here. So we're gaining a little bit there. Alright, there is G. Let's take a look at it. So G is size 15, and we have 11 available. Well, 4 of them are not available because they're tied up into these features. So 11. These will always be able to use the full amount. You can see 3, 6, 9, 11. These are not available. We can see the generator districts. Why only 3? Well, the features that are available here provide a total of 3 districts. So that's 3 there, nothing else. So this planet, to me, looks like a big good mineral planet. There's a lot of mining here. And there's 5 locked in here. So that means we should be able to get more. There's 2 here, and there is 3 there. So if we unlock this one for 500 energy credits, we get 3 more. So that might be tempting. We should definitely take this world, I think, on G1. Contact report, simple forms of life. The coalition of Elitaria Prime is abuzz with news of the alien organisms discovered some time ago. Very intriguing. We do like it. Alright, so they're working away there. And I'll be playing the game probably on fast speed for most of it. First contact protocols. This is new with the version 3 update. So now, no longer do you just simply research your way into contact with other aliens or with anything, really. You have to actually find out more about them as you send an envoy and they slowly discover more about anything you find. But what kind of protocol are we going to pick? What is our initial reaction going to be? We have two options here for us. We can either pick keep them with open arms, and that means that we cannot attack neutral entities. Other empires will find it easier to establish communication with us, but we also gain 50% more influence from each successful first contact process. Or we can be cautious about it. We still cannot attack, and it will be harder for anybody else to establish contact with us. And for me, playing as the Velatarians, thinking about the possibility of eventually ascending to being the custodian, maybe, of the galaxy, I think we should go for this one. There's a third option, but since we are the way we are, we don't have that option as the Velatarians. So, if we find somebody now, we're going to greet them with open arms. And that's one of our policies here. First contact protocol, we cannot change it, we just said it. But that's where you change it. You can just go here and change it as well. Okay, anyway, let's move on to see what we can get done here. So we only have 2 things left to build here, and then I think I'll move the construction ship over to G. Habitable World Survey. Okay, so we now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Velataria. Excellent. We should probably keep that in mind. So there's an initiative here to catalog new planets. Let's go ahead and do that. We can also take the 20 influence points, but I think it's better to
log updated.
Find out more about habitable worlds. It shows up here in the contact list, situation log, I mean, and we need to survey 8 planets. We'll do that.
Complete.
You know what? There's also the option here that we got from our Chancellor. She wants to build 2 additional city districts while she is still in charge. Remember, we have 10 years before we're going to be electing somebody else. If we do that, these 2, if we build 2 more city districts on Velataria or elsewhere, we gain 6 months worth of unity. Do we want to do that? Well, if you look at the city district, it will now, with the new update, give us 1 clerk job, 1 building slot, and 5 housing. It's definitely good to get it. Not that I need it just yet, but we'll have to keep that in mind. But we need 2 of them to fulfill her promise. Okay, construction ship is done. We got the energy credits. Let's get the final 2 points of research engineering. I can certainly use that. Okay, that's good. Now, we have 337 energy credits. We should probably spend that in getting a new leader. So let's go ahead and get a new science ship for 100 alloys, which we have. And I'm going to go ahead and get that leader we talked about. It was Vabrigden Boknar, age 32, level 1, but he is a field manipulator. Let's go ahead and assign him to the job of physics, being in charge of physics. 7% right now, 113 months remaining. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. We'll switch you out for Vabrig here. And now we're dropping down to 99. Still a long time, but much better. And our previous guy can then be in charge of the new science ship when that is available. Alright, so we are surveying here. How many more? 1 order left. Okay, as soon as we're done, we'll send our ship, our constructor over here to take control over G. Someone at the door. Uh-oh. Without slightest warning, the mysterious alien gateway in our home system came alive. An energy surge pulsed out from the artifact, and for a fleeting moment a glowing, vibrating orb filled the center of the structure. This remnant of a former civilization may not be so dormant as previously believed. Although the gateway was open for no longer than a few seconds, it was enough to let through some space debris, rocks and dust that upon closer inspection turned out to be valuable resources. We gained 250 alloys. Alloys are used to build ships with, for instance. That's excellent. But you know what? If we got debris this time, who knows what's coming next. I think we have to keep that in mind, maybe improve our fleet. Here is our science ship. We don't have a leader yet, but I can pick Where is he? Here. Galdrig, you're 31. You can live a long time. You can gain a lot of experience if we assign you to... Where's a black hole? Here, right? Let's go down. We know there's no planet here that we can colonize, but they should be somewhere close. Let's take you and go down here and survey. Now that we have 2, should we get 3 researchers? It's a possibility. I think I will do that. Let's take another one. We gained some alloys, so we are in good shape on that. And we have 189 in energy credits, 214. That means we can recruit somebody else now as well. Who do we get? You showed up. There's a military theorist. 49. He's old. Instead of that, this is Valdrig the Embodier, 39 years old, quite old, but his anomaly research speed is increased by 35%. I may want to take him instead of the 31-year-old, although it is beneficial to have 8 years longer to live for your level. Let me go ahead and pick, though, Valdrig. Okay, so you're going to be out there. Let me just double check. There you are. So once that ship is ready here, we'll assign you to it. Okay, now that we've been here, where do we go next? Well, there was not much here, but there is a planet, so I do want to get it. We go over to this system. We don't know what's there yet. Let me take the construction ship. Oh no, he's still working on it, 86%. When he's done, hold down Shift, right-click, and then we'll say Build Starbase.
Construction complete.
Okay, good. So we have 2 now. Oh, there's no planet here either. We have the option of not surveying here yet. Let me look here. There's a fair number of planets. 10 orders there. What if we go down and check out this area down here? Remember, we have 2 guaranteed worlds. Where they're going to be? Well, we know there's nobody here. There's one here. There could be one here as well. And that would be interesting. Looking at the layout here of the hyperlanes, we don't really have a very good choke point situation. See there, it expands out there. This is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. A little bit tricky. Let's go down here and do an exploration. That means just go in and see what's there before we start surveying. I think that's fine. We already know that we're going to get that system next. Now, are we going to go and fully survey this one? I might do that. We'll do that. There's only a few planets in there, so it should be pretty quick. And we have our ship. Let's assign our scientist. Now, where do we go with you? I think over here. The guaranteed worlds are going to be pretty close to Velutaria in number of jumps, and that's 2 over there. So I want to find that second one quickly. In the meantime, we're working our way over here in 11 days. Nothing here. Very small. But we'll take Jin. If we can't G. If we can't find the other planet, we'll take G. We'll take G anyway, I think, because we're going to need both of them. Both of those guaranteed worlds. The Cybrex. We've recovered artifacts from ancient alien civilization in Sitter 2. Okay, the Cybrex are there. So it's a precursor empire that lived a long time ago. Maybe we can get something out of that eventually. All right. That sounds good. We gained 5 artifacts. Now,
updated.
Artifacts show up under Unity. These artifacts are a type of relics that you can use for various things, such as selling them to a private collector and gain some energy credits, or a bunch of other things as well. But I think I'm going to save it for discovering precursor insights. Okay, the log was updated. What did we get? Here's the Cybrex. We have to find 6 of those artifacts to be able to find out more about them. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Now we're moving away from this one. This is a black hole. Those are going to be useful, I think. There are things you can do around black holes. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, we just moved here. We didn't see anything. Let's go over here then and do explore as well. Normally I would do survey, but I do want to find that other planet as soon as possible. Contact report remnants. Intelligent life taunts with pointed absence. Reads a popular Newsnet post on Velutaria. Okay. Well, we'll see. There. Oh, Debu. Nothing in Debu either. Well, now we have to decide what to do. Because we don't want to create a starbase here without creating one there. So I think what I'll do, if I have 3 of them now, it goes on here, and then we have 1 here. You know what? I'm going to have to go. Let's get anything that's right next to Velataria. I do want to make sure I know everything about. That's for sure, right? And eventually we probably want to get to this point at least, because they're all connected on a single line here. We'll do that. No planet here either. Where is that secondary planet? Not here, not here. That is interesting. Even further away? That's very unusual. Okay, so if we're doing explore here, there's not much here. I'll let him do survey. We don't need that 3rd planet right away, but I do want it as soon as I can. Now, in order to colonize, in order to colonize, we need a colonizer, and I don't think I do actually have enough now. I just got enough consumer goods. Let's go ahead and build a colony ship. You can do it straight from here, or from the colonizer screen over expansion planner over there. There. It's going to take a full year to get it. Okay. Alright, we're sitting here. We just got our starbase. Let's get the 1 research station going. It's not... We don't have too much here, but we'll see. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to have to leave it here. I'm out of time, but come back next time. We'll see if we can find that mysterious 3rd planet where it is. And also what happens to that gateway. Bye, guys.